Hello and welcome to the Which Shorts podcast. I'm Rob Lilly. Now with winter edging closer and the temperatures dropping, you can be forgiven for putting the heating on. And with 2024 fast approaching, we've put together this handy episode telling you the things you need to know about your energy bill. How much can you expect to pay? And which deal might suit you? Those are just some of the things we'll cover over the next few minutes. To read us this article, originally written by Sarah Ingrams, I'll hand you over to Angus Farker.
Another winter of expensive gas and electricity isn't the news anyone wants to hear, especially when coupled with other pressures on your wallet. Unfortunately, it's the new normal. Long gone are the days of £60 per month for your home's gas and electricity. More than double that is now the norm for typical households. To help you navigate this new pricey energy market and avoid its choppiest waters, we've set out the key things you need to know, including whether it's worth fixing your tariff right now and some less obvious tips to help keep bills in check. First, higher bills are here to stay. In October, the price cap reduced energy prices by around 7%, which meant an illustrative typical household on a variable tariff would be paying £153 a month. Since this article was first published, however, a new price cap is set to come into force in January, with prices increasing by 5%, which means the same typical household will pay £161 a month from January to March. After that, things will change again. The predictions are that they'll come down. But among these things, don't forget that for many of us, prices this winter are higher than ever. This time last year, prices were limited by the energy price guarantee, but worked out at an average of £208 per month. Importantly, we also received £66 per month from October to March under the Additional Energy Bill Support Scheme. As a result, you may find your bills this winter are the same or higher than last year, particularly if you're a low energy user. Much of what you pay is determined by wholesale costs, which are still high. In 2022, Russian gas supplies dropped, pushing European prices higher. Prices have fallen, but are still more than double historical averages. The illustrative figures you see, that £1,928, are put together by Ofgem, which sets out an example of how much you might pay as a high, medium or low energy user. To confuse things further, the usage behind these example figures changed in October. That's because there are new lower estimates of how much gas and electricity we all use. Remember that headline figures are unlikely to be what you pay. It's more useful to look at the standing charges and unit rates. Check your statement, app or online account. Next, unusual deals might suit some, but not all. Energy tariffs with a more complex setup could help you cut your bills, if you're able to play to their strengths. They're not for the faint-hearted. To get the cheapest rates, some require you to use electricity at certain times or avoid others. Some are most beneficial if you charge an electric vehicle at home overnight or have a battery to store electricity. If you can't avoid using a lot of electricity in the evening peak, around 4 to 7 p.m, and don't have an EV, they're probably not for you. But they're worth knowing about so you can judge if they might benefit your household's bills. You'll need a smart meter for most of these tariffs. You'll also need to give the supplier permission to take half-hourly readings from it. This is so that it can charge you correctly depending on exactly when you have used electricity. EV tariffs may also require a compatible smart charger. Thirdly, while the fixed deals on the open market are unlikely to beat the standard variable rates, keep an eye out for customer exclusives offered by your provider. Fixed deals available to new customers mostly cost at least 5% more than the price cap for a typical household when we checked on the 2nd of November. For example, British Gas's fixed November 24 V1 is 8% pricier than the cap. The cheapest new customer fix, Utility Warehouse UW Fixed Saver 8, is 3% cheaper, including £26 dual fuel discount. To qualify, you must also take another 2 services from Utility Warehouse. The next cheapest new customer fix was OVO Energy 1 year fixed plus boiler cover, which is 1% pricier if you sign up to 1 year of OVO boiler cover, at an extra cost. Price certainty is extremely important to you. A fixed price tariff might be worth it for peace of mind, but with the cap currently expected not to rise more than 5% over the next year, it's a close call between sticking with a price cap tariff and the cheapest fixed deals. Unless your energy company offers you a better deal, that is. Some firms have exclusive deals for existing customers or for a small number of them. If you're offered one, compare its daily standing charge and the unit rate, pence per kilowatt hour used, with your current tariff. For an idea of what you'll pay over the next year, find out how much gas and electricity you used over a recent previous 12-month period in kilowatt hours. Look at your online account, app or annual statement to find this. And then multiply that by the unit rates offered by a deal. Don't forget to add on the daily standing charges, times 365, to get to an annual figure. Always check exit fees. Many 12-month deals charge £75 per fuel to leave before the end of the contract. Longer fixes tend to have higher fees, up to £200 per fuel. Check other requirements too. You'll need a smart meter for some of the new customer fixed deals we looked at. If a crisis caused energy prices to rise dramatically again, the government's energy price cap guarantee is still in place, albeit around 30% higher than the current price cap. Also, remember you aren't just paying for the energy you use. It might come as a surprise that over half of your bill isn't the cost of the gas and electricity you use. Around 49% is the wholesale price, how much a supplier has paid for the fuel that will be supplied to your home, based on forward prices where companies buy energy in advance. On top of that come many other charges. There's the network fees, that's the cost of building, maintaining and operating the pipes and wires that carry gas and electricity to your home from where it's generated or stored. 5% is the cost of dealing with failed suppliers from the past few years, excluding bulb. Other charges, including those towards operations policies such as the cost of government schemes to help customers afford their bills and save energy, such as the warm home discount and energy company obligation. And remember, there's also an added VAT of 5% for energy bills too. Finally, it's worth remembering that meaningful savings can be made. Having good insulation will make the biggest difference to your energy bills. If your loft is already insulated, check you have the recommended thickness and top up if not. Grants are available. See which.co.uk/insulation grants. Go to which.co.uk/insulation grants to see which grants are available to you and to see our other top tips to help you save.
Thank you so much to Angus and to Sarah Ingrams too for her piece, which was originally written for the December issue of Which magazine. Remember, you can find more articles you'll find useful every day on everything from money and technology to home and garden advice by signing up to one of our many free email newsletters. You can do that at which.co.uk/newsletters. And remember, for more energy saving tips, you can head to the website and I'll pop a link in the description for today's show. We'll be back next week for another episode of Which Shorts, and thanks for listening. Which Shorts was produced by me, Rob Lilly, while our exec producer was Angus Farker.